Within the past hour, 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony has been released from the Collin County Jail after posting bond. A judge reduced his bond this morning from $1 million to $250,000. He's facing a murder charge after police say he stabbed another teenager, Austin Metcalf, while at a track meet at a Frisco high school. Stephen Dial is in McKinney with more. Stephen.
Karmelo Anthony left the Collin County Jail in a suit but had nothing to say to the reporters before he got into that vehicle. The district court judge says that she looked at all the factors in this case, him not having a criminal history, and that led to her making her decision to reduce his bond. 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony was silent after bonding out of the Collin County Jail and being placed on house arrest.
How is this self-defense?
2 days after the family of Austin Metcalf buried their
That's a good point. They always ask. They ask first thing, how is this self-defense? First thing I'm asking, why bring a knife? And a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, it's Texas. Everybody has a knife. I don't remember being in school, and I live in the South, not in Texas, but I live in the South. And I don't remember bringing guns or knives. It's not a gun, of course, but a knife to any kind of school event. I would definitely carry knives around when I'm not in school, but I would never bring them to a school event. It just wasn't in my thinking.
Their son, they were at the Collin County Courthouse for a bond reduction hearing Monday. Karmelo Anthony is accused of stabbing and killing Metcalf at a Frisco track meet earlier this month. The case has quickly become national news, drawing a lot of attention, resulting in threats and increased security at the courthouse.
Threats and, talk of race war and all kinds of insanity isn't good for, obviously, the Anthony family. It's not good for the Metcalf family.
Cameras were not allowed inside the courtroom, but we did capture the Anthony family arriving. His father, Andrew, testified in the hearing. District Court Judge Angela Tucker said that she's never gotten this volume of calls and had to have this level of security in the courtroom in her 13 years on the bench. Court documents say Anthony stabbed Metcalf during a fight. When an officer arrived, court documents say Anthony told the officer, "I was protecting myself." Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis spoke after the hearing.
The judge has made the call, and so what's important is what's next. And it's our job to be level-headed, to be fact-based, and to follow the truth wherever it leads.
Anthony's father testified he's taking a leave from work because of the incident, and his wife is a stay-at-home mother with 3 other children. During the hearing, the prosecution brought up the fact that more than $400,000.
Now, y'all see that? $418,000. Now, this was what, 2 days ago? Or this might have been before that. But together, people have donated over $418,000. That's still lower than the goal. The goal was $500,000. But Jesus, but I myself wouldn't donate, but I can't. If you feel like you need to donate to either side, to Karmelo or to Austin, but let's keep going into it and finish this video.
Have been raised for the Anthony family, saying a reduction is not needed because they have the funds. A big question in this case will be, why did Anthony bring a weapon to a high school stadium? It's a question that was asked of his attorney.
That's an understandable question, but it's not something that, frankly, we're prepared to even go into.
Now, in the opening statement to the media,
that seems like a very simple question, but and it should be a simple response. Why did you bring a knife to a school event?
From that interview that you just heard, he led with talking about self-defense. Again, the court documents mention self-defense. We'll have to wait and see how that defense will be made in court when things pan out. Now, according to the judge, the terms of the bond are house arrest and ankle monitor. She told him to stay off social media, and he has to personally call her bailiff every Friday morning, not his parents, but him. And there's a list of other things that is set, and if he violates that, he'll return to the Collin County Jail.
All right, Stephen.
There's nothing, a lot of people are getting upset because of the bond reduction. Everybody knows that bond is never meant to keep you inside of jail for indefinitely until the trial is. It's supposed to be reasonable within everything that's happened. To be reasonable depending on who the person is, the crime that was committed. But all right, well, next we're going to get into with the Karmelo Anthony stuff. It appears that they ended up having a press conference, the most recent press conference. Let's get into it. And where the family and the mother, especially the mother, finally spoke about everything that's happening with her and her son. Let's get right into that. Let's see. Now let me first say, let me find this video. So the father, Austin Metcalf's father, pulled up to the press conference for Karmelo Anthony. Now, he didn't do anything. Nothing happened, at least not what is shown. He just pulled up, sitting there quietly, and had to eventually leave. And he was asked to leave. Now let's get into this video with Austin Metcalf's father first before we go into the press conference.
Hello everyone. We are about to
now this is at the very beginning before anything
started in a few minutes. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3.
Now, if you didn't hear it, the minister, the dude who was just talking, just asked Austin Metcalf's father to leave. Now, he wasn't doing anything. He asked the police to escort them, that he's trespassing on the property and that he shouldn't be there.
Security for the Next Generation Action Network. Over here, in swing across the wall, we have security that are here in the building. We have a blended of Dallas Police Department and security for the Next Generation Action Network. Let me make this very clear because I say this unapologetically. The Next Generation Action Network has never played with the safety and security of anything. We don't play those type of games, all right? We like to, whenever we're doing a protest or anything, everybody in the media know we don't play when it comes to safety and security.
That was it. He pulled up. He was talking. That's all he was doing. It wasn't any kind of loud outburst, anything like that. Now let's get right into the press conference itself and the family that finally made it a statement about everything that's happening and things that they're going through and rumors that have come out about them. All right, let's get into it. So let's get into it.
I want to start off this press conference to say something as a deep note that I can tell America. What we seen at the beginning of this press conference, the father being at this press conference, these are my words, don't quote anybody, is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. Next Generation Action Network from the beginning has respected the loss of life.
Now, how can you say that? It doesn't seem like he came up there and did anything. All he was doing, if my son was the one who was murdered, I would want to be at the conference too. I wouldn't. He's not making any kind of fuss, or he's not yelling, screaming. No, he's just sitting there watching. He's already said that he's forgiven the son for Karmelo for what he's done. Some people were upset about that, but I don't see why you had to kick him out. He wasn't doing anything, but was it just because the family was uncomfortable? I mean, their son killed someone. It's not gonna be comfortable for some time. It's just, but he wasn't doing it. They may say because he was it was safety aspects that he might threaten, or he would have done it as soon as he came. But let's keep going.
No matter our opinion of it, we have kept our opinion close. We have not attacked. We have not shared the information that was shared with us about Austin Metcalf, because we respect the dignity of life and loss. And as a minister, I would not attack a grieving family, even if I disagree with them. When I have stood before this podium for people who have died at the hands of law enforcement, I have asked for that same manner of respect. And even when the shoe is on the other foot, I will not do that. And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who was not invited.
He didn't do anything. He was just sitting there listening. He wasn't making a fuss. I understand, yes, he wasn't invited, but the son of the victim, and you're having a press conference about the family of the son who killed his son.
He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words. Okay?
So the actions of the son who stabbed the kid speaks louder than words. All right.
He has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism. We have conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case. It is outright disrespectful. We haven't been doing it. The Next Generation Action Network has been here. Popular.
Now, he is correct. A lot of people have been posting false narratives, different memes, AI photos of both Austin and Karmelo. Facts have not come out about this case yet. All you can do is give your opinion on what we have seen so far and what the police have made known. Is that some kind of fight happened, that Austin grabbed Karmelo and Karmelo responded with a knife at Austin. That is what we know. And we have to wait to find out any other evidence about bullying, that they say that that's why Karmelo feared for his life, or anything like that from the witnesses that the police tracked down. Now let's keep seeing what he's saying, listening to him talk. I heard that he talks the majority of this conference, so we're not going to watch all of it. But
and unpopular. So regardless of what going on, that was disrespectful.
So I always ask, but that's a good thing to get right into the next. We're going to go right into listening to Karmelo's mother speaking at the press conference. So let's get right into her.
My name is Kayla Hayes. I am the mother of Karmelo Anthony. 3 years ago, my family moved to North Texas searching for a better life. Like so many other families, we wanted to give our children the future we did not have. My husband works hard every single day to provide for us, to make sure we're in the best financial position possible. As a stay-at-home mom, I made it my life's mission to ensure our children are loved, nurtured, and supported every step of the way. In wake of this tragic incident, our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Karmelo and the Metcalf boys, my 3 younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on all social media platforms. My husband had to take a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats. My 13-year-old daughter is afraid to sleep in her own bedroom because she's fearful of what may happen to her. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And the co-founder has stated that clearly. In the reality, we were just notified yesterday that we could begin to withdraw funds. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a 2-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put God first in everything that we do. We believe in the Constitution, we believe in the laws of this state, but those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us. To be clear, we will not speak publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day. There's an active investigation that everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in the legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you. To those who have supported my family, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We ask for your continued support, patience, and prayers as we navigate this difficult process. Thank you.
Now, she is 100% correct that there should be no reason that any side of the family should be receiving death threats. It was Karmelo's ultimate decision. Yes, he is a child, but you cannot be sending death threats, leaking their personal information or address, and any kind of information about their job of either side. Can't be one is no. Either side, you cannot leak. I also heard the judge, also who lowered the bond, received death threats. There is no reason we need to just go through the legal process, let the evidence be collected, and only then can we make a decision about how we feel should happen. All we can do is give our preliminary decisions and thoughts on this situation itself. I wonder why they didn't have the father speak. Maybe they wanted the mother to show some more emotion or other things like that. But that is the main updates that has come out for the Karmelo Anthony case. It's very sad for both families. Basically, both families are losing a child, because I highly doubt that he's going to come out as just self-defense and get away with everything that has happened. I am extremely doubtful about that. All right, everybody, remember this is AC Reviews the Word. Remember to like and subscribe.